Welcome to your reading. Let's switch on our beautiful moon. So guys, we haven't done a channeling in a very long time. Remember, I did this channeling from half an hour, you know, these readings about your situations in your twin flame journey. And I want to start it again because, you know, I did a lot of picker cards in the last month. So why not do a channeling again? I think that many of you missed that, so that's what we're going to do. And first of all, we're looking, is this a channeling for a divine counterpart, like for a divine masculine or for a divine feminine? So who we are talking about, and I know you guys are counter watching for your person, so this could be your story anyway, no matter if we're choosing, you know, a divine feminine story or a divine masculine story, because it could be your story all along, no matter if this reading is talking about your person or yourself, right? So what is this channeling all about? This is channeling number 19. What is this channeling like? Okay, we're having a divine counterpart. This is very interesting because most of you will be watching now this journey, you know, the Seven of Pentacles. This is a journey that's been long in the making. Yeah, we see here we have, or he has to protect this plant. He has to take care of this plant, and this plant signalizes your twin flame journey. Yeah, so we're looking at the a divine counterpart journey at the moment, which is very, very interesting. So let's get some charms to see if this could be your story for all the counter watchers, because I guess that many of you are watching. So what is the story all about? You see my charm pile. Let's get some charms. Okay, the High Priestess came out, so you could identify as High Priestess. Could also be that your relationship is secret. No one knows about this. And it was also falling to the side, this High Priestess. So I definitely do think so, because it was not falling here. So this just to the side. Yeah. This is the Two Hearts also came out, and a sign that says abroad. So this is someone living abroad, not in your country. Okay, so I think that's enough. I'm not being guided to get more. So let's see what we do have here. So we do have the Sun, definitely divine masculine energy. And also what's very, very interesting, channeling number 19 this is. The 19 is all about the Sun. Isn't it interesting? So it could be that the universe wants to talk about divine counterparts in general. So it could be that a lot of you are actually drawn to this reading in order to see the, you know, that I talked about, that there are certain waves of the divine masculines that, you know, they go in certain waves where these waves are kind of like the same in the journey. So maybe this reading is really talking to a lot of you flamies. Yeah, so let's see. So we have the Sun. We also have number 8. Could be important. I just leave it here. I choose strength. This is about holding on, and this is also what this card shows. Yeah, this is patience, this is strength. You know, this is like, these are all the things that can happen in 3D. Yeah, but it's not at the surface yet. So everything in this journey is secret. Everything in this journey hasn't been manifested. So we can talk about the twin flame journey that definitely is not manifested on here on the 3D level. So this is a crush. This could be with a celebrity. This could be with someone you haven't met yet. This could be with a divine counterpart that you know you have a divine counterpart, but you've never met them, right? You don't even know who it is. This could as well be. Okay, so let's see. With the butterfly, yeah, this is about change coming. There has to be a lot of change. We see this beautiful flower. A red, color red might be important as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves in the flowers. Okay. Number 5 is important. Number 8 is important. We do have, what is this? This is like a, this is a cat. This is a charm about a cat on like a tree. You see this? This is about rescuing. Because I don't know, when is a cat on a tree? This person has rescued you in some kind of way. Yeah, so you feel rescued by this person. They're very playful. Dolphin here, very playful. White again. Yeah, a white dolphin tail. So this is a very playful energy, actually. We do have the heart here. It's a silver heart. Okay, what else do we have? We have a P, the letter P coming out, the letter W coming out. Password. That was just what I was like saying, you know, maybe you have, or you only have access to them on the computer, means only online you guys can meet each other. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are a secret, or if you guys are living abroad, yeah, of course you cannot meet each other. We have the two hearts intertwined, and that fell like the high priestess that fell to the side. We do have two zodiac signs. We have Sagittarius. This is the Sagittarius symbolizes fire energy. So one of you could be a fire sign, or there's a lot of fire in that bond. It doesn't have to be. It could also be that they have strong fire in their chart. It could be that the universe means the it says optimistic. Yeah, stay optimistic. It could be that the universe just wants to talk about the characteristics of this Sagittarius, which is being always optimistic. Yeah, so be optimistic about this journey. We do have the Knight of Swords. And let me see, and we also have Virgo. Virgo talks about practical, being practical, and also right now is the season of Virgo, so maybe your birthday is soon, or you know, you identify with the 6th house, which talks about practicality, being practical in this journey. And what is this little, I have to look, that's also a number, that little ball thingy. It's a G. Okay, so it's a G. And well, the Knight of Swords talks about could be an air sign. Your person could be an air sign as well. So we have Virgo, we have Sagittarius, we have air sign coming out. Air sign is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. The Knight of Swords talks about communication coming in. Okay. So there might be communication coming in, let's see, yeah. Or there might be communication via the internet. It's definitely a secret connection, or something that is not out in the open. So let's see what is going on. First of all, I'm going to look into this person's 3D life. So we're talking about your divine counterpart, divine feminine. This is the channeling number 19. This is about your divine counterpart. So let's look at their 3D life first, okay? So let's look what they are doing, what's happening in the 3D. So we're going to see what, if they live abroad, what, you know, what happens, how, where they are in the journey. Because I see here with this card that this journey has been going on for some time. They protect this journey. They're keeping this a secret. You know, it's all underneath the surface. So let's see. Channeling number 19. What's going on here? What does Spirit want to tell us? So we have the Queen of Pentacles. I love that. I love that. They could have been growing up with a grandma. I mean, that's a grandma on there. Or they have a very dominant feminine in their family. Yeah. So it could be that there is someone, or they're taking care of, you know, they're taking care of their grandma. Maybe that's why they cannot, you know, they cannot really travel to you. We have the Dreamer. This person is, it could be that they're in an age gap. I mean, don't see it as such here. Just know that when I see these two cards, you know, that there could be in, like, between you and your divine counterpart. It's not grandma and little boy. Just want to say this because some are like always not understanding these dynamics, how Spirit wants to talk to us, right? So they could signify that there's an age gap between the two of you. You know, or that they, what it could also mean is that they grew up with their grandma. So that they didn't grow up with their parents, but with their grandma, okay? So just take it as it resonates. Definitely, I see this person is very bubbly. They're a dreamer. They, yeah, Knight of Swords comes out again. Definitely air sign is coming out. They strong have air in their chart. This could be someone that does sports a lot. The runner is coming out. I mean, the runner is always the divine masculine. Loud quote. The divine twin flame journeys, you know, in general, they call the divine masculine the runner. I don't do that because, you know, I don't believe in these. Those are like mostly fake connections, but, you know, it's coming out. So it could be that it just wants to signify that this is your divine masculine. But they could be, I mean, with the dreamer, with the Knight of Swords, they're definitely a very active personality. This is someone who is doing sports. They're very active, like their lifestyle right now is very active. It could be even with the grandma. It could mean that maybe you are not as active as them. I just can't say it, like it's coming out like this. King of Pentacles, yes. This is, I mean, this is your divine counterpart. It's coming out really strong again. Knight of Pentacles. The dreamer is also talking about the divine journey. Knight of Swords also means you're not... Is she running through the goal? No, she's just running, right? Yeah. So it could also mean that you want to speed up that journey. But, you know, this person could be part of high society. So, you know... You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of chess, to be honest with you. This reminds me of chess. This is all about, you know, when you play chess, and I don't know, this is the king and the queen, you know, and the runner. We have actually a thingy. I don't know, it's called different, but, you know, it can go via the whole game, right? So this could mean divine feminine, that you have access because you're very connected to spirit, that you actually have access to the whole game. You are very far ahead in the journey, but they're not, you know. They have to take one step at a time. And oh my gosh, I just see that we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, that's counterpart. That's a twin flame. Like, that's you and your person. I mean, don't look at the pictures, you know, sometimes the artist wants to say different things with these, but it means also that it could also mean that your divine counterpart's very curious. You know, you see this little boy, they have this boyish charm still, and maybe this is their inner child, you know, always wanting to discover new things, wanting to explore new things. And maybe they know about this soul journey, and that's why they keep it a secret, because they, you know, they want to protect it. They want to nourish it, but at the same time protect us. That's what I feel. And I also feel that they're part of high society. That's what we have here, you know. So this could definitely be someone famous. And I just want to say it is. I mean, I have it here on my channel, and this is reading number 19, which is very important. So this could definitely be a celebrity. So for those of you who identify as such, please take it as such, okay? So basically what happens in 3D is that they're very curious. They want to actually do this whole journey faster. We have seen the runner, but it's not possible because of them being part of something bigger, or they have to take care of something, you know, maybe their family, maybe their career. So the Pentacles always speak of career, of money. So this could be while they are not being able to come forward. Yeah. So let's look into 5D. And I have these energies here, yeah, and I put them just for the next reading. I prepared this already, so I didn't want to use it in this reading, but I'm doing it anyway. So I'm getting the energy of the 5D. I'm just drawing one card out. Woo. And we're also getting, let's see what's going on here in the 5D in this journey. We have the 9 of Cups. Wow. And 5D looks beautiful. I mean, that's what it always does, you know, especially the Divine Feminine, very in tuned. Yeah, very, very much in their feelings. Divine Feminine, that's why you watch this, right? I mean, that's telling me it's guidance also for the Divine Feminine. This is beautiful. Yeah. This is telling me that you're completely on this, locked on this journey, Divine Feminine, right? I mean, we see her here in this red dress. So this is you walking away from all these cups that are standing there. And in these cups, there's nothing. So you walk away, Divine Feminine, from things that do not fulfill you anymore. Things that are empty, you know, things that are where there's nothing. You don't care about this anymore. You leave it in the past. Yeah. This is about you having found this person and you being happy with them. Also in 5D, this signalizes that your journey is very much, you've been on this journey for some time, Divine Feminine, and I feel here that it's almost as if they're saying, you know, you're passionate about this journey only. Yeah, you're passionate about this journey only. Because this is what satisfies you. This is what makes you happy. There is so many feelings involved here. Look at this. Yeah, so this journey makes you happy and you don't care. Also the number 8, and we do have the 8 here. The 8 speaks of infinity. So you rather choose this infinity bond that you can also see this as anything that makes you happy in 3D, you know, and this is the guidance also from the 5D. The guidance from the 5D is you're going your own path. We see her here walking alone towards the moon. You're going your own path. The moon is guiding you. The moon is your subconscious feelings. The moon is also things that you don't even know why you're walking this way. Yeah, it's the moon is always talking about you're walking your path, you're going it with passion, but you have no idea what comes out at the end of the day. Yeah, you have no idea what comes out at the end of this journey. So the guidance is on you, Divine Feminine. The 5D guidance is they are with you. Yeah. Because I do feel that your person is very much concentrated on the Pentacles right now, on the 3D world. And we're talking here about the 5D. So as I always say it, you know, the 5D world is the world of the Divine Feminine. That's where she is home. That's where she is connected to the universe. She's not connected to 3D. A lot of people misinterpret a real Divine Feminine is completely soaked up in her divine journey. That means she is one with the universe. A lot of Divine Feminines are no career woman. Many think because of this, you know, because of the Divine Feminine being so independent and being so, you know, a boss babe almost, you know, that's what we call them. That's not it. It's a high priestess. High priestess are nuns. They're not out in the wild. They're not dancing in clubs. They're not dating another guy every week. That's not what a nun does, right? High priestess is in a convent. They're not out in the club, guys. They're not throwing around their money. They're not, you know, like being on the market or even in career. They're not the ones building their career and sitting on top of the game and, you know, having these big as companies. No. Divine Feminines are very secluded people. So a lot of times this is also completely wrong seen by the public because they think, well, a Divine Feminine, because she is so independent, she comes, you know, she's okay with no guy at all. Yes, that's what we are. But we are connected to the 5D. And the 5D is not reachable in 3D. We are not the manifester in the 3D. That's why, you know, many people think, well, if the guy is famous, for example, if he has a lot of things, the woman must have too. No. A lot of these, in these twin flame bonds, where the divine feminine is the high priestess, and this is what, in most cases, she has an independent job, but it is more, it has to do more for, like, with healing. It's like someone that heals people. It's someone like a teacher. It's someone like, yeah, maybe, I don't want to talk about all these different jobs, but it's definitely not someone that owns a company, a big company with 100 people and sends those people around and has a lot of money on her bank account. That's what they want to sell you in you know, in these twin flame journeys on YouTube. I know that, you know, a lot of people think that you have to have a lot of 3D accomplishment because you're the high priestess, you can manifest. No, you manifest with your high priest, with your guy, with your emperor. So a lot of times, but there are also different things, you know, you can see that differently. But in most cases, it's when the divine feminine comes through as a high priestess that she is completely immersed into the 5D, and she's one with spirit and not with the 3D world, because her guy is one with the 3D world, because he is mostly manifesting all these big things in 3D. Otherwise it wouldn't even fit. Yeah, and I just want to say that here, because we're having the 5D here, and I only have the feminine here. Yeah, and I made that potion. That's so beautiful. That glittery potion, beyond the ordinary. And that's what it is, you know, divine feminine. You have to know, if you're cross-watching this and you feel like you know what you want, you have found your divine masculine, and you're walking this path for quite a while now, and sometimes you just feel misplaced because you're not the ordinary. You're not what people think divine feminines are. Yeah, a lot of times this journey is always has this touch of, it has to be like this. If the guy is famous, she has to be, you know, she has to be famous too, or she has to have the same lifestyle. No, it's not like this, guys. That's not how this twin flame journey functions. It wouldn't even work that way. Yeah, so this is a very different love story we have here. Very different. Not many people get it. Not many people will understand it. A lot of struggles I do see here. You have to go your own path, and you're only guided by the moon. There's nothing else. See that there's nothing else? And this is because the divine feminine chose this. This is also what I just said. She chose to walk the 8 of Cups. She's not choosing the 9 of Cups. You chose the 8 of Cups, divine feminine. Because you feel, we can also say it like this, because you feel as if you have the 9 of Cups with your person, because this is 5D. 5D, you feel so alive. This is emotional fulfillment, the 9 of Cups. Your person ticks all your boxes. That's what I'm always using as an example. Is when someone is like, wow, you know, you're sitting there and you're saying, wow, that's my person. Yeah, and that's why you chose to have nothing. There's nothing in these cups. And yes, she's walking away from that. But we see her here. She's walking just with nothing, just with this, I don't know what this is, a whale of passion. That's it. There's nothing there. There's like rocky nature here. There's no this. But you feel this way. Look, this is her inner state. This is how you're feeling. You're feeling happy in this journey, even if there's nothing there. And we saw that there's nothing there. There was the secret. There was the butterfly, which talks about messages from spirit, which talks also about change. Yeah, which talks about a butterfly comes out of a cocoon. This whole twin flame journey is in our inner selves, and this could also be represented by this pile. So just to give you a or to see that the complete guidance is on the divine feminine. because the divine counterpart, your divine masculine right now, has to protect. They have to keep it secret. They are concentrated on their work, their career, their 3D life. Yeah. So let's see your connection. Let's talk about the both of you. And I want to use this beautiful rose deck. I also want to use the dice in a second. So let's see, guys. How is your connection at the moment? Like, what's going on in between the two of you? Channeling number 19. Okay. We have the owl here. Wisdom, intuition, foresight. You guys are knowing of all of this. Your divine counterpart knows exactly what's up. Like the owl talks about the wisdom, yeah? The owl talk about, you guys are very in tune with spirit. This is right now, it's the journey where both of you are having synchronicities the same. You guys are getting a lot of downloads, you know, you're getting a lot of information from spirit. It's about seeing and intuition and foresight. This is those are messages, and you guys are connecting on a what do you call it, telepathy. Yeah, you guys are changing messages, because I see the owl, like in my mind they just put in the picture of you and your person, and I see this owl, like, you know, like flying back and forth. This is like the information spirit is exchanging. Could be that you're very in tune at the moment with your spirit guides. Whoever's guiding you, you're connecting very much to this entity, to this person, whatever this is. Yeah. So if you're guided by religion, for example, some divine feminines are guided, or masculines are guided by religion, it will come a time, or it will be a time right now where you are tuning in more into religion. Yeah. Or if you're guided with a person from your family, from the other side maybe, and they're guiding you, there will be a time where you now maybe watch closely pictures of them, or you're talking more about this person. Or you know, if you're guided by an entity or by someone from the other side, you're tuning in, whoever this is, you have the wish to be more close to this person, even if they're not here incarnated. You know, you have whatever you're using, whatever connects you to this person, you're doing it more in the next time, because this person is basically sending the message from you to your person. It's yeah, Page of Wands. This journey is very, very adventurous. Yeah, it's almost very new territory. So you are going into this journey right now with your person, with your divine counterpart, where they discover things that they have never known in love. Let's say it like this. Yeah, or in this journey. I mean, the inner child. Yeah, this is representing the inner child, the passion to discover. Yeah, and why is this coming out as a child? Well, the inner child, or the child in tarot, doesn't mean a child in itself. It means always a beginning or a growing of this journey. So what grows is your intuition towards each other. What grows is your curiosity about each other. What grows is this adventurism. You know, you guys are becoming now more and more adventurous to maybe in your communication with each other, maybe in your intuition, maybe your spirit guides become more adventurous and exchanging signs. I don't know. I mean, I've seen it. They become more crazy, you know. I'm stepping outside and I'm seeing all these crazy signs, and I'm always laughing, like, you know, like for myself, because I'm smiling like crazy, because I see how they try to bring these signs across, and it's like one crazy sign after another crazy sign. And I'm like, I have to laugh, you know, because I'm like, what are you doing, you know? So this could be it, you know. It's like a child stepping out. A lot of times I compare that to a child stepping out into the wondrous world, you know, and you see all these signs. It's like you walk there and like a feather is you know, falling exactly to your feet, and you're like, oh my gosh. And it would be crazy if on that feather, like you're gonna get that feather, and on that feather is something written. Because how long or how many times does this happen in life? Not one bird loses a feather where there's something written on it, okay? But imagine this. I mean, imagine a feather is falling to your feet and you get it and something is written. Like, you would go crazy. You would think, what's this? You know, maybe it would even be the name of your guy, your person. Like, you would say, what's this? This is impossible. I'm speaking of those crazy signs, okay? Happiness, yeah, a lot of happiness and celebration. I see that. See how this guy is also curious about how you guys would function. The Three of Cups means reconciliation. The Three of Cups means coming together. The Three of Cups is reunion. So this guy is looking curious about, you know, the girls dancing here. So this is about being curious about what it could be with you guys. It's like you become curious in this journey about what could it be if we would be together in 3D. Like, what would happen? Would it fit, you know? And we have the Empress. Look at this gorgeous picture. This is beautiful. This is showing me that they adore you too. They adore you too, because what it also looks like is if this guy is looking straight at the Empress. Like, he's looking at all these other distractions, because sometimes the Three of Cups means also distractions. And he's looking right at this woman. The Empress symbolizes the Divine Feminine. Eight of Swords. And you're not even seeing it. This is your inner self. You're not even seeing that they eye you. And it's crazy how it's always, you know, how it is shown. There could definitely be an age gap. I definitely see that. Yep. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. There's no age gaps in twin flame connections. There's no age gap. Like, I mean, of course, if they are, you know, of age. But if they are of age, there's no age gap. So twin flame connections could have the craziest age gaps. They could have. I mean, there's definitely something here we also had that this guy is coming from a different country. So there's also language gap. There's also culture gap. I definitely do see it here. Yeah. But you're not seeing that this person is eyeing you. They already know who you are, guys. Maybe it's their secret because we had secret coming out. Maybe it's their secret that they already know who you are. Maybe it's even a celebrity that already knows who you are. Who knows? So let's see. Last thing what I'm doing is I'm gonna look in the next sign that this person is getting, okay? Let's look in a sign that they get in dreams, because I have this dream deck here right next to me, and I want to see what kind of, okay, it has something to do with their job. Love what you do and do what you love. Wow. It could be dancing. So let's see. This could be in a dream, or this could be like in a daydream. But the next sign that they're getting is something about their job. Let's see. Oop. Oh, wow. Money coming in. Wow. Some doors are opening to crazy things. Because this is the Ten. Look at how the money is. Like, it's like they only see money. The next thing is some dream that they had in their job life. Okay. Let me see this other card that, yeah, we have him again. He's the Page of Wands. This guy's the Page of Wands. Because I had him coming out like 3 times already. 3 or 2. I mean, this is him. Page of Wands. What does the Page of Wands symbolize? It's a fiery person. Oh, we have Sagittarius here. They always have a shooting bow with him. The Sagittarius, yeah, energy. Curious. Very curious about everything. The Page of Wands could be someone that just started something, okay? So they just could started a business or a job, and maybe that's why they're very focused on their career. That's what's coming through. But if they come out as the Page, you see, the Page of Wands also means that this person is growing into this twin flame journey. It's not like a king. It's not, they're very young into this journey. So it could be that, you know, this person just started with you, this journey. I mean, a lot of times this happens, that we find our twin flame later. Or it could be that there's still a Page of Wands at heart, yeah? That they are with you on this journey for some time, but the Page of Wands also means this person, they are not like they don't have fear for anything, you know? They just do what they do and they venture out. Page of Wands, very passionate personality, very fiery. They don't care about barriers as well, so this age gap wouldn't mean anything to them. Like, not in a matter like other people would maybe scream out loud. And they're just, what's your problem? I want to get to know this. I want to see what this is. This is someone, yeah, you could say they're curious and they don't care. They don't care what other things. That's one of the Page of Wands things. They just venture out because they have the Ace of Wands. And you guys know the Ace of Wands is the most passionate beginning, you know. The Ace of Wands is when you have an idea and you just do it. You don't care about the consequences. You don't care about nothing. This would be like an idea like, I don't know, something where other people would say, that's totally stupid what you're doing. But they say, well, I gotta try it because I want to see what the outcome is. Or I try it because I love it. I want to do this. Yeah, I don't care what other people think. So your divine counterpart, channeling number 19, is definitely a person that is not caring about all these borders. They're protecting this, and we see this here as well. Very beautiful, actually. You're walking through these doors. Where other people might stop, they walk through. And this is one of the qualities we all want in a divine counterpart, right? Because that's what usually is missing. Usually our counterparts are so protective and so good at keeping everything inside of them. It doesn't even have to be that they keep it secret, but they keep everything inside of them, so that sometimes, you know, they forget that maybe you should try it out. Maybe it's good to try it. So the next sign will be that something what they dreamed of in their job will come true. Yeah, it could be that this is a lot of money that they dreamed of, that this is that they can buy with the money, like a house or some kind of real estate, okay? It could also be that they dream of that, yeah, because those are dream cards. It could be that they're dreaming of, I don't know, maybe some kind of job at a castle. I don't know, this could as well be. This is about traveling. And this could be that they dream of traveling maybe to Europe, because I mean, this is you only find those palaces in Europe, right? So could be that they dream about traveling to the world or to Europe for their job. Could all these different things. It could also be that in their job a dream is coming true, and that's how they know this journey is real, because this is something what's coming through what they've never expected. Something big. Maybe also someone important noticing them. This is a raise in money. This is being offered a better job, being offered what they always wanted. So some kind of dream is coming through their job in order to show them that this is this journey. Yeah. So let's see, what is the guidance? I want to get last thing, and this reading is already beyond what I wanted it to be, like from the timing. Because since I'm reading already for 45 minutes, but let's see. The last thing is the guidance for this divine counterpart, okay? So what is Spirit asking them to do? So we have, you are light, number 56. Beautiful. I love that. The shark of, or not the shark, the spark of hustle, or maybe a shark as well. Number 17, the spark of hustle. I want to know what this is all about. This is like a compass. What else, Spirit? Limitation, inspire, innovations. See, number 52. Interesting. Limitation, inspire, innovation. You see how Spirit, what Spirit is doing? They're like limiting. I want to read about the second one. The third one is very clear. This is about them, the more limited this journey is, the more they want to explore it. And that's why this explorer energy was here. Yeah. And that's why Spirit is always putting these boundaries or these gaps in between twin flames. That's what it is, you know, because there's limitation where maybe someone would give up, but not your divine counterparts. Because if they feel they are, then they are. So I want to read the You Are Light. This is the guidance for the divine counterpart. So this is him about seeing that his light is needed, seeing that this journey is needed for once, that with their job and with their soul task, you know, whatever they're doing as their job, that's their soul task. That's what I'm always saying. To see that they spread the love, you know, because we have this pinkish energy here. This pinkish energy is about life. It's about love. It's about light. It's about what lights you up. I'm going to read it. What lights you up? What makes your soul float? What feeling lies in the center of your soul's calling? How do you know you're a light worker? Yeah, you are light means you are a light worker. This is your job. This is, you are a twin flame. In what ways are you sharing your gifts with the world? In what ways are you opaquing your light? Yeah, so this is about giving into this journey, walking with Spirit, and being happy about all of this. And then we have the spark of hustle. Let's read what this is all about. And the spark, we had a lot here in this reading. Yeah, this person holds the spark because they hold the Ace of Wands. The spark of inspiration, that's him. Where is he? Where is my Page of Wands? Your person is definitely the Page of Wands. So the spark of inspiration, divine intervention, finding your calling, work that makes you happy, and hope. You know, when inspiration hits and totally immerses your senses in the possible, that is the spark of hustle. It's when every cell of your body hums with the desire to put something out into the world, and when you feel that energy that brings new ideas to life. And that's exactly what this is. Yeah, so the guidance on the masculine at the moment is to be this light worker and to spread the spark of light, to find this passion and to use this twin flame journey to find their inner light and to bring it outside to the world, to heal people. And at the moment, this journey is limited. I don't need to read this because this needs for him. It means that he, you know, while he's doing this and while he's working on his career and he's spreading the light and he's looking for his inner soul work and his inner happiness in his job, he also should, you know, innovate how to move forward in this twin flame journey with you, divine feminine, right? Because it's not all about him. It's all about this journey as a twin flame, right? So this is limited because they need to find a way. They need to find an innovation in this, how to come together while also doing, you know, their job. That's what they're focused on. So that's why we see the divine feminine is is very focused on their 5D self, whereas the divine masculine is very focused on his 3D self. Yeah. So that's all what I'm having. I hope you liked this reading. And I see you again in the next time. Okay, guys, take care. Bye.